Welcome back to episode number 3 to the Sons of the Show Me State podcast. I'm your host, Skeeter. Happy 4th of July. Wrapped up yesterday as I record this on Sunday, July 5th, 2026. Man, how awesome was it to see all the celebrations across the country of the 250th birthday of the United States of America. Me and my family went up last night up on a hill overlooking multiple cities, and we had a 360-degree view of the fireworks going off in the area, and how it was so cool to see all the people that are over here traveling for the World Cup and getting partake of the 250th Fourth of July in the country. It was just so awesome, so awesome. But y'all didn't come here for 4th of July talk. You didn't come here for the fireworks review. You didn't come here to hear about World Cup. You came here because this is a Mizzou podcast, and we are going to talk Mizzou football. But before we do, let me ask you to like and subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're streaming through wherever your podcast platform is, you can subscribe there as well. Rate and review would be greatly appreciated. Share it with a friend as well if you don't mind. So episode 3, what if I told you that the 2023 Mizzou Tigers, what if we're in for another season like that? I know it's a big what if, but here we are the first weekend in July. Not a whole lot of news going on. So let's look into how we can have a remake of the 2023 season with the 2026 Missouri Tigers. First off, let's look at the schedule. September 3rd, on that Thursday night, open up the brand new Faurot Field Memorial Stadium with a completed north end zone that if you have Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it now, if you saw Eli Drinkwitz tweet for the 4th of July on it, you see just how glorious and beautiful that thing is. And I cannot wait to see that stadium packed out, hear it rocking, the MIZZOU just bouncing off the walls, back and forth, with nowhere to the sound escape anymore. So very excited for that game. Week 2, we go out west to that dreaded Lawrence, Kansas. And honestly, I hope we beat them worse than we beat Arkansas Pine Bluff. Week 3, we come back home to play Troy, wrap up the non-conference season, because as of 2026, the SEC has went to 9 SEC conference games a year. And so to open up SEC play September 26th, we go to Starkville, Mississippi and play the Mississippi State Bulldogs. We come back home on October 3rd and host Florida for our homecoming. Seems like an early homecoming. Maybe it's not. I don't know. October 10th, we stay home, back-to-back weeks at home, welcome in the Texas A&M Aggies, who I feel like we owe after the last couple of years. October 17th, we go back on the road to Ole Miss, homecoming for Austin Simmons, Caden Lee, show them that they paid the wrong players, that Pete Golding should be fired because Trinidad Chambliss is no Austin Simmons, and we go down there and get the win. Then we come back up October 31st, and the Tigers come to my backyard. I will be at that game, Halloween night, playing in Fayetteville against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Then the month of November, the gauntlet that is November. November 7th, we host Texas. And I believe that's already come out as an 11 o'clock kickoff. A lot of fans not happy about that, but hey, you got to play them when they say you play them. Take it, beat Texas, horns down. November 14th, at Georgia. So Texas on the 7th, at Georgia on the 14th. November 21st, we get Kentucky. And then to close out the year, for the last several years, Arkansas has been our rivalry week game, Thanksgiving weekend game, but that is no longer, as Arkansas and LSU Go back to that annual matchup being on Black Friday or Thanksgiving weekend. I'm not sure if they're playing on Friday again or not. But insert Oklahoma. We will close out the seasons for the foreseeable future against the Sooners. But we host OU to close out the season. So again, real quick, Arkansas Pine Bluff at Kansas, Troy at home at Mississippi State, Florida for homecoming, Texas A&M at home at Ole Miss, at Arkansas, Texas at home at Georgia, Kentucky and OU at home to close out the year. So it's not going to be easy. 10 wins is not going to be easy to reach. I believe Vegas over-unders at 6.5. Hit the over all day long. I'm not a gambler. I'm not responsible if you gamble and lose a lot of money and come back to me and say, hey, you said take the over and we go under. But I am very confident. If I were a gambling man, I would put money on the over. So in order to get there, it starts at the quarterback position. Last year, we had a lot of hope, a lot of hope with the way Drink had went out and attacked the portal, and had a lot of hope with Bo Pribula. In the first few weeks, felt like that hope was justified. But man, Vanderbilt game gets that ankle twisted, was never the same afterwards, whether it was all ankle and injuries or whether it was SEC defenses kind of figured out what we were trying to do a little too easy. As I talked about in episode 2 with Kirby Moore, I felt we'd become very predictable on offense. Our quarterback play was not up to snuff. Matt Zollers was clear. He was a true freshman. The game was very fast for him. The play calling did him no favors, making him throw everything to the sidelines, all the runs to the short side of the field, all that. So Drink goes out and gets Austin Simmons from Ole Miss, who was, mind you, Ole Miss's starter to begin the year last year before he got banged up. The same Ole Miss team that went into the college football semifinals, I believe, in the playoffs last year. So Austin Simmons comes in, and here's the thing. Austin Simmons is 6'4", about 215, left-handed quarterback. Do we need Austin Simmons to be a Heisman Trophy candidate? No. Would we take it? Absolutely. Do we need him to be Chase Daniel or Drew Lock, sling it around, throw for 5,000 yards a season? No. We'll take it. So what version of recent Mizzou quarterback do we need? We need the 2023 version of Brady Cook. If that is Austin Simmons' floor, we're doing all right. Brady Cook was smart in how he managed the game. He protected the ball, and he executed at key times. Maybe not the whole game, but he stepped up when it was necessary. He was a gamer, gritty, tough, wanted to be out there, but protected the ball. Anything above 2023 version of Brady Cook, and man, it's bonus. That is bonus. If we can get just that version of him, look out. Look out. This team is poised. We returned 4 of the 5 stars offensive line. The only one not back is Keegan Trost as he went to the NFL. But then we also go get multiple starters from other Power 5 teams, offensive line that had hit the portal, and bring them in to compete. So just because you saw guys start last year, I don't think that's a guarantee that they're going to be starting this year. There's a lot of talent in the offensive line room, and we've got homegrown guys that are coming up that are going to be vying for those spots too. And so, man, the competition is going to be deep, which is a good thing. You can only have 5 out there at a time. Every now and then they throw in the 6th offensive lineman in the heavy packages, but to have it that deep is awesome because injuries are a part of the game. One of the guys gets hurt, pretty confident in the guys behind him. I think we're very much 2 deep, sometimes 3 deep across the line as far as talent. So not really concerned with offensive line. And everybody knows it starts up front in the SEC play. You control the line of scrimmage on offense or defense, you stand a good chance to win the game. And then We return the two-headed monster, Ahmad Hardy, Jamal Roberts. Ahmad Hardy, of course, we don't know exactly what we're getting. Hope to find out more later this month at SEC Media Days. Reports are that he's ahead of schedule, but we still don't know necessarily what that schedule is, as Drinkwitz has said multiple times that right now they're just worried about getting him recovered from the injury and they'll worry about football afterwards. But uh, Jamal Roberts, I have complete confidence in his ability. He put away a lot of games last year out of the backfield for us, KU being one of them, with that long touchdown run to seal it. And so feel very confident with the running back room. And then you look at the receiving room. We bring back Donovan Olubade, uh, great true freshman season. On the outside, then we bring in Caden Lee, who Austin Simmons knows from their time together at Ole Miss. Caden is, they say, one of the nation's best slot receivers coming in. Then we go get Caleb Goody from Cincinnati, who's a speedster. Montgomery from Florida, who I don't think is getting enough talk about, not enough love in the offseason right now when people are talking about receiver room. I think Montgomery stands a great chance. Then you bring folks back who showed a lot of promise in the return game last year. And then a guy I'm excited to hope to get to see the field a little bit more this year would be Sean Terry from he was a redshirt freshman last year. And you go back and watch his high school tapes from Ohio, and they nicknamed him Scary Terry for a reason. That dude is a beast with the ball in his hand, very exciting to watch. And then in the tight end room, you bring back Norfleet and Harris, Jordan Harris, two guys that have been here all 4 years of their college career, played a lot of talent there. They also get a new tight ends coach, along with Chip Lindsey, offensive coordinator, Garrett Riley, new quarterbacks coach. I think we're going to see a little bit more of the tight end room this year. You throw all that in with the new offensive coordinators and offensive coaching staff, and this offense has every reason to be just as good as the 2023 Mizzou Tigers, if not better. And I, for one, am very excited for that. All right. So that's where a lot of people are confident in is the offense. Now, if you listen to the talking heads, you hear them say Mizzou's defense, they don't return a starter. Doom and gloom when they talk Mizzou defense. But one thing at the top of it, you still have Corey Batoon and his 30-plus years coaching experience. He coached last year's squad to like top 10 in the country, top 20 in efficiency ratings. Did an outstanding job with that defense. I don't think we realized how good that defense was without them. Absolutely no way do we get to an 8-win season that we had. The offense was the Achilles heel. So, yes, we don't bring back an 11-game starter off last year's team on defense, but that's okay. We bring back a lot of dudes that played a lot of snaps. Darius Smith, Landon Kitchens, Marquise Gracial, Jalen Marshall on the defensive line. And then Nick Rodriguez, linebacker, played a ton last year. Santana Banner played a ton at safety last year and was fairly decent when he got to play. And so I saw where he's running like a 4.3 or something like that, and over 6 foot tall and 200 pounds. You throw that together with Corey Batoon's coaching, and I feel pretty confident. Then you look at the additions that they go out and get out of the portal, all the defensive ends, the linebackers. Seems like the whole secondary, they go out and get, starters across the board. And with Corey's coaching and along with the other defensive assistants coaches, I'm very confident in this team, very confident what the defense is going to be able to do. Do they have to be top 10 again? No, I don't believe so to get to the 10-win season. Do they have to be top 25? Probably so, but I think they have that ability. But so let me transition here because, when I started this podcast, As you see on the bottom, it says Tigers, Outdoors, Faith. And on 4th of July, you hear a lot about freedom, land of the free. And what a blessing it is to be an American citizen where we are the land of the free. But let me tell you, there's a deeper, more permanent freedom. Doesn't depend on a scoreboard, doesn't depend on the referee, doesn't depend on anybody, because the debt has been paid by Jesus' blood on the cross. Your spiritual freedom, it's not temporarily, it's forever. So this week's Bible verse, John 8, verse 36. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. That indeed means truly, genuinely, without a doubt. So if Jesus Christ sets you free, which he has given you the opportunity with his blood on the cross, but not just at the cross, when that stone was rolled away and that grave was empty, your debt was paid. And if he sets you free, you will be free indeed. You think of John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. No matter where you come from, no matter how much you know about church, no matter how much bad or wrong you've done in your life, you can give your heart to God right now, and you can have everlasting freedom. Doesn't depend on government, doesn't depend on winning or losing games, depends on giving your heart to Jesus Christ and allowing him to live inside you. It's free. It's free. And it's for everybody. There's nothing you can do other than asking Jesus in your heart. We don't earn it. We don't deserve it. But God's love and grace that he poured out through his Son Jesus for us is where we seek and find that eternal freedom. So I pray that all of you have that eternal freedom already. But if you don't, I pray for you that let that speak to you, let it prick your heart, and reach out, talk to somebody. If you need to talk to me, my email's MizzouPodcast@gmail.com. The YouTube channel, Mizzou Podcast. I have a Twitter now, X, whatever, at Mizzou Podcast. So reach out to me, reach out to somebody that you know is religious and a practicing Christian. Reach out to them, talk to them. But the great thing is, it doesn't take anybody else. God's right there. You can talk to him. You don't need me to talk to him. You don't need a preacher to talk to him. You can do it right now where you sit. So hope that speaks to somebody and makes a difference in your life. Makes a difference in your life. Okay, so now that the fireworks are over, we're in that lull. Dog days of summer. The players are working. They're grinding. 2 days are coming up. Running the bleachers in the heat. Getting ready for the season. I'm excited for what the summer and doing the shows, doing some power rankings, doing game-by-game predictions. But I think the 10-win season is very, very, very doable for this Tiger squad. And I can't wait for September 3rd to get here and see Faroe Field with that new north end zone and football season being back. I hope you all have a blessed week. Keep the black and gold, the love for the Show Me State strong in your heart, but also remember there's a God that loves you before you were ever formed. Stay blessed. We'll see you next time. MIZ.